Today on our show, we welcome the very special guest, Brendan Manley.
Who's that? I know Ryobi King. Please don't find me, people.
His channel is called Ryobi King, where you can also like and subscribe to his YouTube channel. We'll put the link in the description on the video that you'll also see in this.
Yeah, that way you can go check him out.
And subscribe to him.
If you're into this kind of thing.
Subscribe to him anyways. Alright, so Brendan, what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Oh, well, I've had 2 different channels in the past. I've done everything from stupid zombie videos, from trying to do instructional videos when I was like 14. Well, then I realized, yeah, that doesn't really go well because no one really respects a 14-year-old kid that doesn't know anything, but he just pretends like he does.
Yeah.
So I've always been into, making videos. Hi, video. Yeah, this is also being recorded on video right now. So if you want to watch it,
being
you can watch it
recorded
on both of our channels later. But yeah, I've just always been into making videos. So I just figured, if I could put out some information that I do know now, maybe I could help people and also do what I enjoy to do. So.
Yeah, one thing I like about your videos is you're really descriptive. So, on every single thing about the tool, like I'm not very good with tools at all whatsoever. Brian knows more about tools than I do.
That's
like
all
I know
right.
how to use a hammer and a nail. That's it.
There you go.
I mean,
Ryobi makes hammers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, see?
So speaking of that, why Ryobi? Why that brand?
Why not Ryobi?
Ooh, ooh.
Why would I want to use an inferior product?
Oh.
Shout out Ryobi. I'll accept sponsorship at any time. No, I love their tools. They're such a budget tool, so you can get into a whole entire workshop of tools for just a few $1,000s. I mean that's impossible to say with almost any other brand. I mean, there are some other cheaper brands, cough,
that
Harbor
are
Freight.
cheap. That are
right,
cheap.
yeah, really,
But
yeah.
you really
Yeah.
do. You start to sacrifice a lot of performance. You sacrifice a lot of the quality that actually comes with these tools. That's why they're called prosumer tools, because they have a lot of the pro features, but they got the low budget price, which is what everyone likes. That's why they're the #1 sold power tool in the United States.
Yeah.
And maybe the world. I can't confirm that. I don't know.
Right.
So you think battery operated is our future, right?
Oh yeah.
For sure.
I mean, even if you go check out my channel, I've got a lawnmower that runs off of batteries.
Yeah, that one.
That's
I mean,
actually
that
pretty
one
cool,
amazes
though.
me.
That's
That
awesome.
one, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, everyone's surprised that. I mean, I believe there might be another brand, I don't know off the top of my head, that has a lawnmower that runs off of batteries. But from what I know, Ryobi is the only one that does. They actually have a 0-turn now that runs off of batteries.
Dang, that's impressive.
I'm not
impressive.
that fancy, and I'm not that rich and smart, so I couldn't get that. But the push mower works. It works really well. Yeah, it runs off of just 2 18 volt batteries, and yeah, it does great. Cuts all the yard. Don't have any issues with it, and that's what everyone's like. Wow, if we can run a lawnmower off batteries, there's really not a whole lot you can't. And it's
Right.
like,
That's
yeah,
true,
it's,
yeah.
It's really what it comes down to. Even your new electric cars and everything like that. What powers them?
Yeah.
Batteries. I mean, it's really the key. Until we find another step outside of batteries, I mean, that's really the only way to go. I mean,
Yeah, and you do away with a lot of different maintenance things, like you don't have oil to change and things to maintain quite as much.
oh yeah.
Right, which you save in a long run on other stuff. So even that price of being maybe a little more expensive than other things, you still got the quality, like you said.
Yeah.
But also in the long run, you don't have all that other side
Upkeep and,
expenses, upkeep. That's pretty cool.
Right. That's
So-
what it's about.
What is your favorite Ryobi tool?
Oh man.
If you can name your favorite
what?
Ryobi tool.
I don't know. That's a really good question. As far as tools I use every day, I use my drills almost every day at work. So I mean, if I had to appreciate any of my tools more than the other, I mean, the impact drill is great, but I mean, just the regular drill, its versatility and its amount of jobs you can do with it. Probably just the standard drill is, in my opinion, the most useful. Now, my favorite cool tool out of all of them, Oh, I gotta go back to the lawnmower again, just because it's even hard for me to believe that you can run something that large off
that was
of
hard
two
for
batteries.
me to believe as well.
Yeah, that
So,
thing's
I
cool.
mean,
That's
first,
pretty good.
first kind of cool, definitely the drill. Second kind of cool, definitely the lawnmower.
Brian, if you had to get a Ryobi tool, what would it be?
Wow.
All of them.
Right?
If,
I mean, there's so many cool
here's the
ones.
better
I
question
mean,
for you guys, because I don't know anything about tools. But this question's for both of you guys. If you could spend, doesn't matter amount of money, what Ryobi tool would you buy?
does it have to be one?
One tool.
Oh,
well, you
man.
can't like choose. I'm gonna buy
Well, like
all
if
of
you
them.
have like unlimited money, you're like, I'd just take the whole kit.
Yeah,
This thing's
yeah.
cool.
Okay, if
Zero
you
turns,
unlimited
$4,000.
amount of money, buy one tool, one item. What would that item be? See, he's already got a bunch, so that might be different for you.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be different for me. But I'm just gonna say zero turn. It's $4,000. I'll turn around and flip the sucker.
There you go.
My tools.
Thinking like a businessman.
Or maybe keep it because I'm addicted.
Here's my zero turn. You're like just doing circles in your yard.
I'd have to say, I don't know, the lawnmower is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat.
How long does that battery last?
I can cut the churchyard. It's
Dang,
roughly.
that's impressive.
That is.
Roughly. Oh, I don't know. Probably an acre of grass in total.
Off of one battery?
You put two of them in it.
Oh, okay.
And then I
that's
normally
right, okay.
have to put two more in it right at the end. I mean, but it's close. If you put in like a 9 amp hour, which is their newer series of batteries, they're a lot larger. You could cut all that on just 2 batteries.
Man,
that's
that's so cool.
That is really impressive.
Yeah,
Dang, awesome.
It's awesome. I don't have to buy gas. I don't have to buy oil. I don't have to buy nothing. It's just go out, take it out from the basement, unfold it, put the batteries in, and it's ready to run. So it's like that with all
Yeah.
I got a chainsaw that does the same thing.
Yeah, I know, that's awesome.
It's great. Works perfect for me. I don't have to put gas in the basement.
So your batteries last pretty long time for
Yeah.
the most part for all your tools?
Oh yeah. If I'm using a drill, I normally stick with like a 2 amp hour battery. It's a little battery, but it'll it's a drill. It'll last me most of the time. Then there's the mid grade batteries. You're gonna go into your 4 amp hour batteries. You can use. That's the cool thing about Ryobi's tools. Craftsman, they make a new line of tools, and I love Craftsman tools. I think they work really well. But their issue is they've came out with so many iterations that there's so many different types of battery packs, and they don't all work together. Ryobi, ever since the very beginning to where they're at now, even their old NiCad batteries, they'll work in their new tools. So it's hard to look at it and say, well, I have Ryobi. Do I want to switch brands, or do I want to go out and just get new tools and use my old batteries? Granted, the lithium ions are a lot more powerful than the NiCads, but you could still use them. They still work.
Yeah.
So what made you think of Ryobi King and the Kingdom?
Kingdom.
What brought you to that name for your
What are you laughing
YouTube
at
channel?
that for? It is my kingdom.
And one of the videos
My
I was
land.
like, here's the kingdom.
Yeah,
I love it. It's great.
I be honest with you, I don't really know. I was sitting around, I was trying to think of a good name for a channel. I was like, I really want to make videos again, but I don't know what to make the name. Originally, I was like, Ryobi King. Oh, people are going to think, oh, what an arrogant jerk. Like, he thinks he's a king. He thinks he's got the best. No, I know there's people that have a lot more tools than me. It's just a YouTube name, but I feel like there's a lot more I can do with it. Like, eventually, a little spoiler, if you're not a member of my channel, here's a little spoiler that you'll get over the members that are already on my channel. I'm gonna get crowns made. Yeah, that's right. You guys remember Burger King?
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Ryobi King crowns made. I think it's just a neat little thing.
Are you selling them, or are you just giving them away?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't got it that far into it yet. But once I can find someone that can make it for me, I'm gonna make Ryobi King crowns.
That's gonna be awesome.
I'll buy
yeah,
that. Be like,
definitely.
represent. They'll be like, who, Burger King?
Yeah. Ryobi King crowns coming up soon. Get ready for them. They'll only be $400. Solid gold.
Brian, me and you are
Solid gold.
we're sharing one.
Yeah.
So with YouTube, because also with our YouTube channel, that's one thing I had to do is step out of my box. When you film yourself, it's I mean, you've had a channel before, like you said. Like, this is my first channel that I've ever had. So, when you started this channel, were you still comfortable with videotaping yourself, or did you kind of have to go back into that and be, okay, you know, I gotta be okay with this? Or were you already used to it from your doing other channels?
I haven't really made any videos other than since, you know, before this channel for years. My very first video, it was kind of weird getting back into it again. As far as being on camera, I don't feel uncomfortable with it. I haven't for, like you said, I've done it before.
Right.
Now, in the beginning when I was younger, yeah, I definitely felt weird about it. But I'm definitely used to being in front of it now. I just had to figure my new pattern on how I was going to talk to people. And I'm still improving that all the time. I mean, you can go pull up my very first video. Which is my biggest video, surprisingly.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's my crappiest video, but hey, whatever.
You got like, what, 200,000 views on that?
200,000?
I
I wish.
Well,
I think it's like I think it's like 8,000.
Okay.
Which is still pretty awesome,
I'd
man.
be flexing right now. But, hey.
That's still pretty good though. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I'm always learning with, that's the thing that's cool about YouTube though. You're always like, every video you're like, oh man, I could have done better with this, I could have done better with that. But like, you can see like from my very first video, like how I recorded it before I learned how to actually shoot it. It was like has those black lines on the side, and then like you see it like progress, and then I learned how to do thumbnails thanks to Ryobi King over here. He taught me how to do thumbnails.
No big deal.
And so yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable now on camera more than when I started. I only have like 18 videos, so I think.
Well, it's kind of like with the podcast, too. It takes a little while of listening to your voice and stuff to kind of get used to it and different things. And then you learn what works better and what doesn't work quite as well. And
I mean,
when Brian's tired, it doesn't work whatsoever.
Hey.
Even now, I mean, like the camera that's recording us right now, I forgot to turn on the microphone. So, like, everything we've been filming up to this point is pure video. So if you go watch the video, you're going to have to sync it with this and listen to our voices. Sorry, guys. It's what I do. I fudge things up. You're going to have to deal with it.
It could be like a silent film.
I'll put that cheesy old music in the background.
There you go.
That's funny. I didn't realize that. Oh, so you have to turn on both of them
it's off up top. Oh, well. It is what it is.
Camera,
we're an hour in. It is what it is.
All right.
That's what we do here in the kingdom.
Hey, that's all right.
So what's the most difficult thing that you find with having a YouTube channel?
Ooh. I strain to put out content because of
yeah.
I wanted to be able to put them all out on the same day, you know. Hey, every Monday, but it's hard. It's impossible with my schedule. I try to tell my guys all the time, I'm like, I want to put out 2 videos a week, and it always ends up being 1 video, and I'm like, man, I wish I could have squeezed another one in, but I just ran out of time. I have I think one of my followers that's always putting comments on my videos. His name is Richard, I believe. And he's always like, man, I want to see more content. And I'm like, I feel bad because I want to do it. You know, I love making the videos. I just don't have the time to make 2 a week. I mean, by the time you edit it and record it, I mean, it's 3 or 4 hours of time. Plus, I edit it at my home, and then I post them, and, you know, I do everything for the video at the other home. So it's like a trip back and forth, and it's just a lot of work. And, you know, I mean, even if I was getting paid, and that's what a lot of people, well, I bet if you were getting paid. No, at the end of the day, I do this simply because I like doing it. So even if I was getting paid, it's still the amount of time I have. I'm not going to be able to change that unless it was full time. So if you guys hook me up with that, if I can make that kind of money, hey, I'll gladly put out 4 videos a week.
Yeah, us too.
So remember, if you guys can hook us up with that, please.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with that.
That'd be great. Yeah, I totally agree with that because we do 2 videos every week, and ours is really set schedule. Our first video we have to drop every Tuesday, and I was sick this week, so that didn't happen. And that's like the second time I slipped up. But it's really hard to be able to drop 2 videos, and you got to be so scheduled. You make sure you have good content.
Yes.
Because, you know, the further along you go when making videos, you know, you realize how, okay, this could be better. This could be better. So you want to make sure you have that good content. So it's kind of hard. You want to have the good content, the thumbnail, the editing. I put music and artists like for our time lapses and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like into that I'm like updating like okay this is like 11 o'clock at night and I need to go to work. Like man, sometimes it's hard. Plus we have our podcast, so we got to make sure we do that. So yeah, there's a lot into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of work and time that you just put into this type of stuff, but
mostly me.
Hey, I help.
Yeah, Brian's like I'm sleeping.
Okay, last time when I wasn't feeling well.
Whatever.
So I get to watch a war. How about that?
Oh, usually it's the other way around.
Usually it's Chris and Maddie that are like, and we watch them. Now Brendan's watching us.
I know, and it starts with just one simple little question. And it's like, wow, this is getting good.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Brian, what's your favorite tool?
My favorite tool, of all time?
Okay, what's your favorite brand of tool? And then I'll go down to that.
Oh, man.
Think wisely on this one.
I will say Ryobi is a very good brand. It's a very good tool. But,
I need you to go get my Knights.
I love a lot of different tools, though. So, I mean,
you didn't get that.
It just depends on what type of tool you're using. Like, some tools, Snap-on's better. Other tools, Craftsman. You know, it just depends on what you're doing and what you're working with. Like when it comes with two line wrenches, Snap-on's the best you can get when it comes to the line wrenches.
What does a line wrench do? I'm not even sure what that is.
Like brake lines, they have a different type of nut on them. So a line wrench is actually designed where it grips it instead of just gripping the corners, it actually grips the whole nut so you don't strip it off.
Yeah, it's important.
Gotta grip that nut.
But a lot of different brands, you can still strip them off. But when it comes to Snap-on line wrenches, they're the best out there.
I don't know anything. The only tools that I have is in that one handbag that you got me for Christmas. And they're all miniature tools because I'm obsessed with miniature things. So I have a baby hammer and a baby toolbox that has tiny
stuff.
nails and
That's
tiny thumbtacks.
Hey.
Everything's seriously only 3 inches big.
That's all right.
That's my favorite. I'm like, oh yeah, my toolbox.
It's all how you use it. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, the size don't matter.
It's got that little hammer that comes apart and it's got little screwdrivers in it.
Oh yeah, that one's cool.
Have you used it? Do you use them every now and then?
No.
Well, that's a shame.
Every once in a while I end up digging it out because I don't want to go to the garage.
When he's using other tools, I play with it and I take it apart.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I agree with Brian. There are other good tools, not as good as Ryobi, but no, I'm just kidding. No, Ryobi. First of all, Ryobi only they mostly only make power tools. So I mean, when it comes to working on vehicles, which I'll let everybody know right now, I do not do. I despise working on vehicles. I'm a woodworker.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Maybe in the future you could see a Brian and me do a video of some car repairs or something.
There you go. Yeah.
Do a little something. I don't know. I got a lot of big ideas, but I got a lot of little time. So we'll see. I'll try to make that happen. But yeah, no, I agree. There's definitely your better brands and certain things. And I would say at the end of the day, if you go with a really high end tool, I'll use this brand in particular, Hilti. You can go with a Hilti impact drill.
I've never heard
of that. It's gonna cost, I'm going to throw out a ballpark. If it's wrong and you know it's wrong, please don't make fun of me. But $250 for a drill, as opposed to $67 to $75 for a Ryobi drill. Yeah, it's going to have a better lifetime. Now, it's possible you get a lemon too, and it couldn't work. But I mean, they all have good warranties. Even Ryobi has a 3-year warranty on all their tools, or most of their tools. I don't want to say all their tools. So I mean, it really depends on, at the end of the day, what tool brand you personally want to go with. But I mean, most there's a good chance if you're watching my channel, you know what tool brand you're gonna go with. So I'm not. There's a few other channels. I'm not going to mention any names. David Nicholas. I'm just kidding, buddy. But, they don't like using Milwaukee and stuff. I use them at work on occasion. Not my personal tools, but other people's tools. And they work. It's just, I prefer Ryobi. That's just my brand. But since I'm the king, I kind of have to. I kind of have to pretend like I hate
Get
all
out
the
your
other
crowns,
ones, so.
everybody! I can't wait for that.
That's gonna be awesome.
We got on our Ryobi King crowns.
Oh yeah, gotta do it. It's coming. Banners are coming too, or flags, whatever.
There you go.
I'll get some merch. I'll post some merch. I hate that. Every YouTuber does merch, but I'm gonna eventually do it.
Hey, we're doing merch. Don't make fun of our merch.
I'm gonna do merch too. I already said it. I hate it, but I'm gonna do it.
And that's the thing.
Gotta
is,
join
like,
the crowd.
You see other YouTubers and they're like really big, and you think, oh, I become a YouTuber, I'm gonna be just as big, and I'm gonna sell all this merch, I'm gonna make all this money. That's not how it goes. You don't start off like that.
I sold 4.5 million shirts last week, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, never mind. It's just us that's suffering.
No, you're right.
It's just like our first order. I mean, we're not making any money off of our t-shirts like right now that we're about to order. It's just pretty much just getting our name out there. You know, just I love the support that people give you. So that's really cool.
That is really awesome.
It's just because there's just so many like YouTubers out there, and they're
Oh, yeah.
all like over the spectrum. Like there's a bunch of comedy. There's reviews, not just tool reviews, but like other stuff like cooking.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Kittens. Like
Kittens.
they got like
reviews.
they got
This is a black one. This one is a white one. This is a good kitten. This one right here, not so much.
I love the fact that I keep thinking about the camera and then, like the audio's not even on.
So they just see us
when
laughing, but they don't
I
know
know, when you
anything.
Once
look
again,
back
sorry
at
about
it,
that, guys.
It's gonna
Gotta drop the ball
look
on
back
that
at
one.
us and we're just gonna be like bouncing like.
Yeah, they're gonna see my mouth moving. I'm gonna be flapping my arms all around. Nothing's coming out of this guy's mouth. Is he a psycho? Yeah, I am.
So, in the future, what do you look at your channel becoming? Like, how far do you actually want to go with your channel, as you think right now?
I mean, everyone wants to say, "Oh man, I'd love to make a full career off YouTube." In my opinion, and I don't. You never know until it happens. I don't want that, because I feel as anytime you get something and turn it into a career, you start to resent it. You don't want to make the videos. You feel less apt to. And I almost feel that way if you were to make money off of it. But at the same time, it's like if I could make some money off of it, it would help me support the channel, help me put more money into the channel, help do more giveaways, more tool reviews. So it's like I respect it, and I think that's great. And I definitely want that. But at the end of the day, I want to do enough to give everyone what they need, but I don't think I want to make a career out of this. I want to just give the people what they want at the end of the day, and do my reviews and keep the love of the tools that I use all the time, and that's really what it's about for me. It's just I look at them and it's like, it's not just a tool. It saves me hours of time at work. I think about it when they used to use their hands to do all their drilling back in the day, hand drills, and it's like there's just no way. I'm not man enough to do that. That's why I'm so thankful for what we have now.
I know technology's come a long way.
Oh, all manpower to batteries. Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is way.
And its kingdom.
Oh man, this is bad. I'm bad.
Yeah, I want to make a career out of this with podcast and YouTube videos, but like what my actual dream is to be able to actually buy a building and just make it where there's like a podcast room for like our podcast, and then like certain rooms for like other podcast people who want to start podcasts, that they can do that, and then like a gaming section where they record them playing games. Like that'd be perfect for Chris.